Hello, everyone. This is Dania Esperanza. Esperanza means hope. Welcome to Hope Speaks. And today I want to talk about Emotional Intelligence 2.0, which is this little book. But aside from this little book, I want to talk about emotional intelligence and sex, or shall I say, relationship. They talk about a mental hijacking or series of mental hijackings that can happen to you, anywhere from fighting a shark to a mental hijacking of having a good mood when you're shopping at a store for a great sale and everything is like 80% off and you go crazy buying, and then later on you look at your credit cards and you're like, what have I done? I went shopping and I just maxed my credit cards, and you realize that you did it at a moment of pleasure where you were fulfilling your needs. You go shopping and it's almost like you're not inside your body if it's a really good sale. These things happen also to us in the ocean when we're fighting a great white shark like Butch here in California waters. So it also happens to us when we get involved in these relationships, and our relationships is either a very passionate one, a very intense, deep one, a very deep, intimate one. And when it is sexual, it kind of makes it more deeper because you're looking at the body, the mind, and the soul. So it is so important for people to become emotionally intelligent, just as a human race. I think emotional intelligence is something that should be taught. The simple emotions like anger, hatred, the good ones like love and kindness, and teach these types of understandings at school, and even at home, so that we can be able to better relate to each other. But when we have these passionate and intimate relationships with people that we fall so deep in love with, it leaves an imprint in our heart, and the heart sends more messages to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. So that tells you a lot. And emotional intelligence is a balance of your logic and your emotional brain. So you're going to want to be able to use discernment whenever you are approaching a great white shark, or that amazing sale, or that person from long ago that gave you such pleasure or intense feelings that you might want to go and message on a moment of despair, but you know that this is a narcissist that you should never communicate with again, but you lose yourself in a moment of either you might be grieving somebody like me. That was my excuse or my reason. And, or you might have alcohol in your system or something like that. There's been a lot of those happenings. But don't forgive yourself and learn to have the skills so that way you can ride that wave every time it comes your way. Because Brian Tracy says that their life is about a series of problems and crisis. So you're going to always expect problem, and the seventh one is going to be a crisis. So when you build yourself up and your equanimity is strong, you're able to overcome all of these obstacles that come your way. So if someone comes your way and you are getting to know them and they are talking to you about, themselves, and they don't allow you to get a word in edgewise, or that whenever you are going to go out with them, they make you pay for part of your meal, or they don't value you, there's going to be signs that you're going to see that even if they come at you with other things to kind of hide those red flags, because you're so emotionally intelligent and you're so grounded, you are going to be able to decipher and back away and not accept that. And a person who is truly emotional intelligent, they generally don't vibe with the same people. They they tend to kind of learn these skills, and they start vibrating in a different realm. And little by little, as they grow and educate themselves, the friends that they used to have before are no longer their friends. Sometimes it happens just because you outgrow each other. And sometimes it happens abruptly and you become acquaintances or not even friends anymore. These things happen when you are growing and you are improving yourself, and that is okay. I think that that's actually what we want, is to elevate ourselves. Whenever you wake up one day and you look around and you say, I want to be more happier, I want to be more fulfilled, I want to be more satisfied, I feel as if my life is going by me and I don't feel fulfilled or happy or joyful, you are going to seek for that. And having an inventory of your emotions and being real with yourself and saying, what am I feeling? What do I want? Is this fear? When it comes to you searching for the right partner and you're dating, you're going to look out for these signs. You're going to be more open to have these conversations with your partner or the person that you're dating. You're not going to be afraid to say, hey, I like this, whatever it is that you want to say. And you're going to want the person to give you a honest answer. If time flies by and then you get intimate with the person and they lied to you and they were not the person that you thought they were, you'll be able to feel better about yourself if you was forthcoming, you was honest, you read the person as well as you could, and they gave you wrong energy or answers or vibe, and they kind of like took advantage of your kindness or whatever. But you're gonna feel like, listen, this is a place for me to say no thank you, and you can stand your own ground and back away. And that's been what I have been able to do. Like, I had been like a bum magnet. I had attracted so many narcissists that I'm an expert when it comes to these freaking narcissists. I have like so many narcissist stories to share with everyone. But at the end of the day, I'm the one who allowed it. I'm the one who saw the red flags, and I thought I could change the narcissist. I thought that I could cure them. I thought that I was here on a mission to cure the narcissist. So every narcissist I saw, I gravitated towards, and I just had like a narcissist sign on me for them to just come towards me. So once I realized and educated myself on narcissists, I was like, oh my God, this guy I dated was a narcissist. This one is a narcissist. This one on his way coming to talk to me, I could see all the signs, they're a narcissist. So I got to the point where I was seeing that type of energy and I would run from it. So now I am in a place where I'm happy to say that I am now more vibrating at a higher vibration. I feel much more grounded, much more fulfilled, much more peaceful, and all of that kind of energy, feeling this way. There's only one way to go, and it is up, and it's to attract the perfect partner for me. And now that I know about my personality blend, the person that is going to be with me is going to be someone that has a similar personality that will be more acceptable of my personality, because I have to say, being a sanguine personality, we talk, we have like a lot of personality, a lot of energy. We are amazing human beings. I actually really love my personality blend. I wouldn't be any other personality blend other than mine. I was put together this way, and then I developed my personality throughout my years, and I have to be grateful even for the bad experiences that I've had, because they have molded me and showed me the way in order for me to survive, in order for me to be able to share my experiences, and hope that people don't make the same mistakes. But if you do, understand that you can reinvent yourself. Skills are learned. It's not everyone who is a genius, or anyone who is born like with high levels of empathy. We all have our struggles when it comes to learning or our learning style, and you have to be kind with yourself, because there is something as programming. So when you're programmed as a child, most likely you are attracted to the people that you was raised like. And sometimes you're raised around narcissists, and you're raised around parents that are difficult, that are challenged, and a lot of psychological issues that they had never ever admitted to or even gotten help for, or to this day they probably never knew they had. So as we communicate with ourselves, find out our personality blend, what makes us the way that we are, and we go learning how our parents were with each other, sometimes we realize that we're attracted to people who are kind of like our parents. So with my attraction from the men that I had always been attracted to, they had been narcissists because my parents were very narcissistic, and even my brothers. So I was surrounded by a lot of narcissists. I love my father, God rest his soul. He was an amazing man. He had great traits, but he was a military type of man. So he spoke very strongly. He was very choleric, as you may say. Like, what he said had to be that way, and that's not always a great way to be. And to be raised with a father who believed that the female was beneath the male, that's a hard pill to swallow. Although I loved my father very much, and there's nothing I wouldn't have done for him, the truth is the truth. And then my mom was a mom who pretty much knew that there was things that happened to me as a child that I should have been protected from, and she allowed them to happen, which was very disturbing. And that gives me the understanding that she was a very sick woman, and she had a lot of mental illnesses, because you don't let your daughter get raped or molested and be okay with it. So by understanding those things, I kind of was able to forgive her, but I also have healthy boundaries. And now that I am an adult, I'm able to choose. And because I am emotionally intelligent, I know my triggers, and I know what I want and what I don't want. And I want to be loved. I want to be respected. And when it comes to my preference now moving forward, when it comes to a partner, now that I am so grounded and connected and still learning more about my learning more about life itself, because as we're here in life, we're always learning, and I'm always taking in that information. So as I get higher and higher in my EQ, I will be able to earn more money, and it will improve my relationships, whether it's intimate relationships or not. But I do have a celibate oath, and I am not the type of person to just go ahead. It's not in my personality to just jump into bed with someone unless I feel comfortable with them. And that's part of my emotional intelligence. I feel that that is important. That's going to help me in the long run be able to feel good with myself. But I do know a lot of people who just don't care. They are who they are, and they do what they do. I don't judge anybody. You have to have your values and your standards upon yourself, not to hurt another person or, to limit anyone else or judge anyone. We are all different. What works for me doesn't work for you. What works for you doesn't work for someone else. So you have to pick the partner, and especially the person that you're going to be intimate with, according to emotional intelligence. So get this book, do the assessment, download it on Audible. Turn your vehicle into a university. It's also available on YouTube. I'm going to share it on the description box. Believe it or not, it will make you sexier. It will make you more attractive, and you will definitely not allow those red flags to go by without you pointing them out, or either accepting them or changing that, you know, and backing away from that possible person. Sharpening your skills is important, and it's vital to your development and your future success. So thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm glad that this video is under 20 minutes.